Alright, so let's hit start, so we're gonna get going at this point. Come on. Oh yeah, right, we need to select for the server. Okay, there it is. Wrong car there for this. Where is it? Alpine. Still wrong car. God damn it, how many are there? Connect. Okay. Okay, we have a bit of time left apparently to perfect this. That's good. I've been not that late. I'm gonna sort stuff out in a moment. Right. I precisely launched this in this order to stop stuff like this happening. What happens? Stuff like this happens. Okay, we still have the alternative layout, which should probably work for the software. Just stop pretending that my model needs to go into the floor. Right, because this works. Okay. So. Sometimes you still have to work this stuff around this stuff. Right. Okay, I think I have everything roughly in place. Although we are lacking right now my pedal cam because the oh no, not again! Why is this every freaking week? Why is on Monday there are issues with the router? Why every single Monday? This is downright reliable at this point. That I run into connection issues every Monday. Why, though? Why? Like, there's no issues any other day. Everything is fine, and I know that it's the router, but like, it takes so long to reboot that like we're gonna be here before qualifying is over. So it's like, I have to qualify first, then we're gonna reboot the router again. Because we can't have nice things. And have a functioning device, frankly. No rear wing, we don't need that, that's overrated. We're gonna chop that down because we're qualifying. ABS down that. Brake bias, a bit backwards, that looks a bit too far forward. Tire pressures, that looks about alright, but like the toe looks very high. So yeah, let's hope that those adjustments work roughly. And put a bit more cast onto the front tires. Because that seems to just be a bit of a lacking point. Otherwise, I think my pressures are probably about alright. Okay. Plus 10 minutes of qualifying is GT4 only, which is why I'm readying everything to be ready to qualify. I mean, GT4 is kind of like actually the Alpine Cup. We have Smortions in Mercedes and Elford in Ginetta, but otherwise we have well, actually there's Marston also in a Mercedes. The grid size has diminished quite a bit, but I mean after the fuss of the last 2 weeks, I'm honestly not too surprised. Also generally issues with just a leak existing for more than 5 minutes. We're gonna operate without the pedal cam working for now. We will bring the pedal cam back once we have tame the frame drop issues by restarting the router. But again, that we will be doing that during GT3 qualifying. Decent chunk of rotation on the rear end there. It's kind of nice. Can brake actually later there. Holy shit. That's impressive. I mean, I am used to driving the Maserati and the McLaren around the circuit, which need a very long braking zone. This thing has obviously a very short braking zone in comparison, because we're also way slow on the straight line. There's Alpha now, about 5 seconds ahead of us. And there goes another few frames. It seems, oh, I was about to say, it seems to me not as heavy, the hits. But still, it's like, it's super weird that we're hitting them every week on Monday. Like, it's just, it's a bit too predictable. I'm fashionably first. Well. I'm suffering again with frame drops. I say that as probably just got cut. But yeah, the stream is... It seems for some reason my network has issues on Mondays. I don't know what is causing that, but it seems every Monday we're having connection issues. Seems to be very reliable in that sense. Oh yeah, right, I can brake actually later for this corner. It's very bizarre when you've been used to driving cars to have braking zones like so long that they might be a small country, but like, you know, rear tire pressures are a bit high. Also, a red frame behind me is faster than me right now. Don't like either of them. These things. Although the handling is fine. Yeah, he's actually going faster. I don't know why. Don't like that. Oh, hey, frame drops. Although, I mean, I didn't see the guy in front of me teleport. Hello, car, would you kindly not try to murder me? I've already lost half a second this lap. It's the guy behind me. Seemingly not quite half a second, but whatever. I have to make up that ground now. High commitment into there. How much rotation you get on this car when you're off throttle there? It's kind of nice. And still I ended up running way wide. Getting this braking zone right is... pretty sure that could give me... Oh yeah, definitely we're having teleports. Definitely that car just popped out for a moment. I think the connection cuts are a bit less shorter than this. than last few times, so catching up to this guy. Although he's not Mentrix or something. I just can't take this corner right. The guy behind me is still faster. Nah. This lap is binned now. Maybe we should return to the garage and just get some fresh tires. Hello, let me access my menus. Yeah, by millimeters we're right now in pole. Jesus. Tire pressures are way too high in the rear. We'll have to be fast on the setups here, because we don't have long before the session for GT4 ends. Fuck it, we're gonna ball. Well, at this time, we disconnected the phone that is laying there. Pedal cam that is not quite working. We will deal with that once the GT3 qualifying starts. Right now we will just thinking to myself, would it be under Team Iris or something else? It's been in my head all day. What do you mean, be under Team Iris? The 24-hour race this weekend? Yeah, I do intend to sign it up with Team Iris, because, you know, I have control over the SimGrid Teams page, and also, you know, I have already you, Chris, in that team, and I added Greg last night as well, so it's like we have everyone in there that we need. I have one shot, I've just noticed. There's not enough time to start on the lap after this one. I've been demoted from pole. Sullivan stole the lap. And I don't think I will be able to compete because my tires are not up to temps. Should have perhaps gone further, set more laps. I think there's a bit more time in there. But god damn it, how close it is. This is like some league with a bunch of like slow guys in it, and for some reason we're having like really tight fights with the other Alpine drivers. It's a bit absurd. Let's see what we can do with this. Right now, focus on qualifying. Talk, I guess, afterwards. Broke way too early there. Holy hell. That costs time. Difficult part is braking late enough, but not too late. Oh, wide. You just need to get for the final corner here. For now, that's enough. But Red Fern is still out there, finishing up his lap. I was push there. I don't know how fast he's going. No improvement. So yeah, just about we secured pole position again. Ooh. Yeah, Redfern has the faster middle sector by quite a bit. My middle sector is not particularly great. My final sector is okay. First sector, I'm running away from them, which probably suggests I'm the one who's running no wing. I don't think the others are running no wing like me. Right, I'm trying to think who would do the night stints. I sadly can't any night driving this time around. You're working in the night, or you just don't want to mess your sleep schedule up? Yeah, the option is like understandable. It's just I'm curious. But yeah, we have to. I don't think this is gonna be too much of a problem to figure out. We have Greg, we have Chris, we have me, we have you. We should be able to figure out something. The bigger concern is V-Track, because Chris has to drive no stints. We drop more frames. I don't want to leave the server. Now one word, but mother. Fair enough. You don't want to deal with the Elder Dragon. Fairly understandable. Right, but we have 10 minutes technically, and we could time because like I was early on my brother's room, and he was definitely playing something. So it's like, do I want to like interrupt him by restarting the router? I was like, that's shit. Because I'm suffering connection problems that like are unexplainable. Like, I have no clue why this is happening. Actually, come to think of it, right? When did I do my first Linux DRG stream? Why is my pedal cam not working anymore? Hello? Didn't I wire it up and everything? I'll be talking your DMs after the race. Okay. Fine. I think we're gonna take the L on the just connection problems again. But I think, come to think of it, I need to figure something out right now. And it is, when did I do my first DRG stream? Was that on Monday? By any happenstance. My first Deep Rock Galactic Linux stream. Was that a Monday? November 8th. No, that was a Wednesday. Because I had similar connection issues where just my connection would drop for a second or two and just be back then again. And drop, obviously, frames and everything in the process. But yeah, it seems that just like in the evenings for some reason my internet gets unstable. Except for the weekends, I guess. It's just strange and I have no clue why it does this. We've already lost like 2.6% of the stream. These drops. I don't know, I should rewatch. It's very difficult to know how bad it really is. I've just literally used your password manager just to open this, right? The client activity over the last 24 hours. It's very interesting that for some reason there's a massive dip between 1 and 2 a.m. Did I don't know, maybe I wasn't long on the toilet between those times and then it spikes back up. There's otherwise not much traffic right now. Seems. Because I'm looking at my DNS requests on my Pi-hole. Because that could give a decent indication of like how hard the network is being hit, because people obviously requesting more DNS addresses. If they actually do something. What? 19th of... yeah, that's 19th of November, so that was a few... yeah, that was on a Sunday a few weeks ago. At like 1955, it's like... the client got rate limit with current config allows up to 1,000 queries in 60 seconds. It's like, okay, that's something we should really hit. But the thing is, Pi-hole doesn't know when it's to what it's really talking to. It's a bit complicated. It believes it's talking directly to the devices. In reality, the clients are, well, the cluster that is actually forwarding the request to it. So it's like, you know, you're kind of getting duped there. Where do I have... Pharmacy, API, Cloud, DHCP... I guess that config would be a bit more harder to get to, but like I don't think we're gonna have to deal with this issue. Usually there is about in a 10-minute block, like at most you have like what was that? A 10-minute block. That this is here 700 requests, and it's like really peak times. It's like very heavy like DNS blockage and everything. Usually you're sitting closer to, like, in low times you have like 20. I mean, peak times will go up to like 700 in 10 minutes. And not in 60 seconds, 1,000, which is... I don't think I restarted anything around that time, so it's like... This is definitely strange. Alright, let's see how stuff is going here. There's GT3 still not having set the time yet, and there's only 3 minutes to go. Oh, that guy took a moment for his lap time to sink in. And 2 Porsche drivers here. Oh yeah, we have also tonight the Maserati race at Kyalami, which is fun that it's Kyalami. But yeah, Trackalicious, Kyalami in how many hours is that? From now, that's about 5, I think? 2200, 2300, just after midnight, 1 AM, 2 AM, yeah, 5 hours. So 5 hours till that one, but we first have an hour-long race here. Okay, that time we are only missing 1 Ferrari now. Honestly, the GT3 field seems to be less competitive, kind of. I don't know. Only at 43.7? Is it that slow? With a Lambo? Probably not, but consider you can put the car into P2 within, like, you know, low 44. I don't know what my times are here on this track with GT3s. The last time I raced this with GT3 was season 2 of not season 2, season 7 of IBGTC. So last season, IBGTC penultimate round. So yeah, that's a few months ago at this point. A handful of them, like 4 months probably at this point. It's been a bit since then, and it was me driving on a Bentley and being hopelessly slow. Actually, I did test different cars and find their lap times. How fast did I get with them? Yeah, I think I just about got sub 44 with the... Oh hey! Hi Greg. How are you doing? By the way, I have no problems with lights, that's okay, that helps a bit. Wasn't too concerned with those. Oh yeah, the Merc just improved massively, but he wasn't quite fast enough to snap pole. I don't remember what my times were at the Glen last season in IBGTC. Because that was the last time I drove here with a GT3 car. I've since then driven quite a few times with GT4s. A variety of GT4 cars I've brought here in the meantime. It's a popular track and I honestly quite like it as well. Doing good, how are you doing? I'm alive. Usual. Qualifying is relatively tight in the GT4s. And yeah, the top 3 are obviously Alpines. This time around we can actually take advantage of our pole position, not like last time where I started last and had to pass everyone to get back to it. Division 8, how low do the divisions go down? Probably like 20 or something. was the last one to tie up. Right, we do need to put fuel into the car actually. Oh yeah, right. We do have this series runs with mandatory refueling in the pit window, but also we are not. We don't need to change tires. It's extra time. Rookie, which is 11. Yeah, I mean, what are the temperatures? I guess that's fine. It's a beam. But amazing, anyways. Yeah, I guess it's up. Alright, I think we have everything set up here for the race. We'll obviously likely reduce the amount of fuel we're taking in the pit stop. All you need was to just use Reska to both put you into a higher split, but also to a bunch of other further frames. I've not dealt. But yeah, put you into a stronger field, and then also to win the race for you. It's gonna be interesting at the start because the Merc, even though he's starting 4th in GT4, might very much challenge us here on the front. And yeah, we're losing frames again.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curves.
Some heat into these discs, because we're gonna need some temperature in these tires. And then 58 from the first one, and well, won the championship by 11 points. How many rounds did the IMSA championship have? Was it weekly? Because usually things are in iRacing weekly, but it's a teams event, so like, I don't know. Let's hope they don't do this on the race start, just do this on the formation lab. 6 for 2 are dropped rounds, I see. So there's only 4 scored rounds. So every 2 weeks, effectively. So be guys with 4 races, I see. But yeah, effectively that runs like every 2 weeks then, I guess. Because the usual schedule, if I remember correctly, with iRacing is that there's 12 weeks of competition, and then there is the week 13, I think, wasn't it? The in-between week, where safety rating is not deducted. So the simulator turns into Carmageddon. And people drive wacky contraptions for once. And actually have fun, because that's not allowed on iRacing usually. It's banned by their code of conduct. Be 2 weeks, but the other week is endurance pilot challenge, which is 6 hours of something. I see. It's interesting that the endurance pilot challenge, which I think is usually, isn't that a GT4 and LMP3 class, or like GT4 and TCRs? Oh, these guys are not. Let's split a bit.
Green light. Give me the oil can.
Well, a terrible launch there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
But straight up passed around the outside there. That's a bit embarrassing. And we don't have our usual straight line speed advantage to just fly by people. I mean, we probably aren't slow by any stretch, but
Car on the right.
you know, we're not that much faster than them.
Clear on the right.
But we were just about fast enough to go around the outside of him. Good luck, teammate. And yeah, GT3's also kept it clean, which is nice. But yeah, welcome to the Alpine, where you don't see that there is a car right behind you till he flinches out from behind you, which is just fun. This is one of the things I really hate about this car, because Kudos couldn't be bothered to actually fix the mirror positioning, and you can't change it yourself. Obviously you don't notice this when you drive with virtual mirror, which like most people do, but like you can't do that in VR. Literally, you can't. I guess we're gonna have a repeat from last week. Oh, come on, no!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Whoa! Hello, frame drop. Could you kindly, like, not do that?
Clear on the left.
Also, you overtook me off the track completely.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And there goes another few frames. Come on, internet, please, for the love of God, just stay stable for once. Why do you not like Mondays? Ugh. I'm doing my first 24. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now. Having to deal with people. And also my bad internet connection is just making things a bit less predictable. He completely coaxed up turn 1 again. Right. Amazing, thank you for adding it to the 24. That's fine. Allows us to drive. Funny thing is, I've realized this is the... Actually, it's the first time I've driven a 24-hour race at Spa in ACC. Will be the first one. How many 24 hours have I done actually in ACC specifically? Not that many, I think. I think I've done most of my endurance in R Factor. I mean, I did 24 hours of Monza with LCI last season. Yeah, LCI had 24 hours of Monza. I've done Bathurst a few times, but that's 12 hours, so it doesn't count. Done Indy 24 hours. And I did Nürburgring recently with Jordan, Chris, and a few others.
Well, okay, personal best.
See, I actually haven't done that many in ACC. R Factor 2 I've done over a dozen. But the funny part will be is we've signed up for the For Honor, specifically the ACC event, because they're hosting one for iRacing and one for R Factor 2 as well, and a few support races as well. But they're hosting it. Stop eating the frames. Like, we want to keep having a stream here. Stop eating them, please. I could have restarted the router in qualifying, but it's like, the big issue is there's people using the network around this time, which means if I start the router, there might be people wanting to strangle me to death, because they're like, well, I didn't have issues, but like, I'm like, listen, if I don't restart, I might take out people. I need to probably, like, when I come home on Mondays, just restart the router as the first thing I do when I walk through the door, because then nobody cares. Nobody's gonna notice it even. The only hope is that the thing doesn't, like, corrupt itself within like an hour or two and gets back to the state where it's in now. I just don't get it why I'm having issues specifically on Monday evenings. I don't usually race at this time, but like, bro, why is it specifically Monday evenings? Also, this guy behind me just doesn't want to let loose. He's very much bitten himself to this position. Although he's dropping quite badly on this straight. Yeah, maybe he's genuinely not running a lot of wing here. It's just fucking hilarious to think about. At times you forget this thing is rear engined while driving it. Other times it very much reminds you that it is rear engine, and the understeer, the lift off oversteer throughout the outer loop is definitely one of those things. Like, the lift off oversteer is great because you get the actual car rotated, but then you're like, stop eating the frames. But then you step on the brakes, not step on the brakes, you step on the throttle, and the car suddenly just stops rotating completely, just goes straight. And you just understeer off the circuit all of a sudden. So judging that you have just gotten enough rotation through the corner. Yeah, this whole month has been insane for me. It's nice to hear. As long as... I assume it's good insane. Well, not bad insane. Became a VTuber. Where's the other Alpine gone? Well, he's done his pit stop. I see how it is. Yeah, we keep just losing frames for no reason. It's super weird, like, while I wasn't driving in practice, we weren't losing any frames whatsoever. Like, during GT3 qualifying, my internet was fine. We start the race and I start suffering connection problems. It's fucking great. First 25. Well, it won't be this month, it will be in December. Ha! Somebody murdered the signboard. Who was it? Also, my pace is starting to fall off. I don't like this. Especially because we do intend to not change tires before the end of the race. Why is my pace just going off the cliff as well? Brakes? Why are the brakes not turning up for turn 1? I pressed the pedal down and it doesn't slow down. The car just doesn't brake for that corner. I lost so much ground there. Jesus, I lost half a second just in one corner there. Because the car just didn't slow down under the brakes. I don't like this. This is a really a bad position right now. This is going south right now, this race already. Like, I might be leading right now, but I don't think I will continue for a while. It's not like enough that I have connection problems. Intermittent ones. Just can't be shaken again. Like last week. Oh, come on, slow down already! You piece of fucking junk! Why did the brakes not work? Press the brake pedal down and it just doesn't slow down. Now he's right there in attack position. Although I think he's lost his chance. He's dropping back. I think he had too much momentum on me and had to give it up. But I think the other Alpine is not out of this thing. Because I think he's doing an undercut, but I don't want to let this guy go clear either. Really dicey position here. Come on, stop dropping the frames! I think I just scared him a bit because he's dropped back again with the frame drop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna run the McLaren for simplicity's sake. For the final event that I was trying to mention earlier before things started going south as well, that will be probably a Ferrari. But that event is in January. It's just we've already signed up for it. Funnily enough, on my birthday. But yeah, 224 hours of Spa in the span of 2 months. Also, funnily enough, I found another Nürburgring 24 Nordschleife 24 hour. As if there weren't enough with 2 communities already hosting one. No, there's a 3rd one hosting one as well. And they're even earlier, early February. Reminder, the DLC released in spring. February is not spring. And neither will it likely release in March or April. You can hope that it releases in May. I mean, Kunas was relatively early, 1.9, but still. I do not trust timelines ever on these things. Suddenly the car just pushed over the front axle again. I have no real way of gauging how fast the other Alpine is going and where he is relative to us. None. And there goes my internet connection for a moment again. Because it just can't stop dropping out. So it's like Daytona. Hope that works for you. I mean, it's not preferable kind of to run the McLaren because it means I will be giving out the setup that I will be running for Saturday as well. I mean, Polo has not signed up for the team yet. I asked Polo if he wanted to do it and he was like, thinking about it. Yeah, so he's probably not committing to it. Jordan has committed. And Chris. I just haven't gotten around to actually putting the entry in. And for a bit less time pressure with this than was silly fun our race because that one's slots are probably gone by now. So if I hadn't signed it up at like 3 in the morning, we would not be in. The race for wishes is a bit different. Although I should be doing this relatively soon, so pay the entry fee. But yeah, I take care of that one. Don't worry about that. I mean, it is V-Track that weekend, so it's like... And also, you know, maybe he wants to do something that isn't racing for once. This is... completely understandable. It's alright, we are only about 20 minutes into this race. We're dealing now with getting lapped. I guess the GT3.
Clear on the right. Clear on the right.
And there I lose a bunch of frames more. Ah, he has a date. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, now I'm reading it, I think, correctly. You said that he might have something. Because he did show... I do faintly remember that he did show some interest when we mentioned it, I think, on Saturday. Maybe something changed, you know. You know, he's a grass toucher, so, like, let's not put too much pressure on him. And I'm someone who is very forgetful, so don't trust my memory too much either. Oh yeah, good. There's a GT3 coming by for position. It's not too bad in a sprint race to lose the overall position due to the pit stop to a GT4. The other guy is losing so much ground in traffic. And then I mess up the final corner like an idiot. When I could have just easily turned in because the GT3 didn't contest the corner. But the car didn't make it. I'm really struggling, kind of. Come on, slow down, you piece of shit. Also, internet, would you kindly also still stay connected? But yeah, I'm not doing hot right now. This thing is like not stopping into corners. It is profoundly refusing at times to stop at all. And I'm really frustrated. We're running as low as the ABS goes, so it shouldn't lock. And we're not locking. The system is just malfunctioning and firing off ABS pulses when it shouldn't. We're not even coming close to a lockup. But it's opening the brakes. Not producing enough brake power. And we're not running Type 1 TAD, so it's like... we really shouldn't have issues, but like the car just doesn't want to do it. Turn 1 for some reason really doesn't like this car. And I... He can just always claw back time on me easily. Like, it's just, they're cranked for some reason, but like, they can't. Like, I don't know what is going on. It's so weird. These guys are fast, but they just aren't good. Like, I'm struggling badly to keep this thing on pace. It just doesn't want to produce pace right now. And he has easy pace on me, but he just cannot really even put pressure on me either. Come on, turn! Went from oversteer to understeer.
Faster guys approaching.
Having issues at times to get it turned in. I have other times. Come on, please stay connected while we're getting lapped. It's a bit awkward when people are lapping us. Should be teleporting. And really dangerous. Where's the GT3 coming by? Porsche, is it gonna dive? No. Still not. don't like this. I mean, I would prefer him to kind of stay usually behind in sections like this, but it's also like...
Car on the left.
Oh, come on, what are you doing? Commit either or don't. Don't do half things. Fucking bounce there. Where's the GT3 finally? Oh, somebody murdered my braking markers for turn 1. That's fun. I have no clue where to brake.
Car on the right.
Oh, there finally goes to GT3. What is wrong with you? Ugh. Yellow Alpine has pitted, so he's doing undercut on me now. And I've been struggling badly to get this thing even or out the circuit at all. Right, we need to configure the pit stop fast. And there goes another connection drop. Like, we were down to under 2% of frames dropped at the start of the race, and since then it's just gone up. It's just there's no reason why I usually don't deal with this problem. It's like, I often run in this time slot. Saturdays and Sundays I run in the same time slot. The same people are awake in the house at this time. And doing likely the same activities they're doing right now. Which is likely using the internet. So why are we having now issues? It's just so random.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
I think we're on time there. This has been a struggle. But we're not changing tires. Come on, jack up. A few liters of fuel into the tank. Now we have to wait for the rest of the pit stop timer to tick down. Sullivan is a lap down? Well, that's weird.
Mandatory stop is not clear.
I didn't pay attention. Come on. Roll already. Considering he's 2.7 seconds behind me, he's likely on freshies, I think. Like, my pit stop was not perfectly executed. I'll slurp for you. My pit exit especially, I've took some time to respond to switching the engine back on and pull away. That costs time. Although on the other hand, if he's on freshies, his tires won't be up to performance yet. And I don't think that's the case. I know that, I don't know who I fought last week. And one of these two I fought last week. And I went on to...
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And that one went on, I think, to fix damage in the pit stop and do tire change. Which meant he was like 11 seconds behind me. So if it's the same guy, he probably didn't do that same mistake again. Well, the chances are he might have taken some damage repairs and maybe also overshot a pit box. But all being added. Yep, there's another one. So we have another 30 minutes to go. God damn it.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
This race is so long.
The faster car is approaching. You'll get a warning for exceeding track limits.
I have no clue where the GT3 is. Now I can see the GT3 again.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And there goes my connection again for a moment. But it does throw an interesting question up. Am I actually faster on this track with the Alpine than with the McLaren? Because I have done quite a bit of racing with the McLaren here. I know that at Paul Ricard and Brands I wasn't faster than my McLaren.
The faster car is approaching.
I obviously don't have like the alien setups for this car, and I think that could help. Because as I said, this thing is behaving a bit strange. Looking at me doing high 55s, struggling pretty badly with just keeping the thing. Oh no 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 no!
Car on the right.
Jesus Christ! Why now? Right when a GT3 lines up an overtake, I get a massive connection bump. Holy shit! I don't like this. And there goes it again, the connection. Because of course it does.
The faster car is approaching. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Back into the lead. Maybe my brakes are getting too cold. In these lengthy straight line sections. Like, I never had an issue with the braking for the chicane. For the inner loop, but like, the brakes were quite cold at that point. Yeah, maybe I'm running too much brake duct blanking. Maybe my braking issues are down that I'm like actually undercooling my brakes. And considering these corners here are in quick succession, they have usually not too much issues with the brakes. Although my inside rear, the rear left is getting a bit warm. Not bad, but just, you know, I can notice it. I have to open the steering wheel every single corner, mid-corner, to stop the car from just oversteering now. But obviously, heading up to turn 1, we have only a slight tap on the brake here, a slight tap onto the brake into the final corner. And not even really a tap, we might not even really engage the brake discs. And there goes half my bytes again. Come on, stay connected. I mean, it's not that cold. I think it didn't submit my lap time this time around, because I'm pretty sure I set a faster time than that. Huh. I'm still in my position. The race wheel hasn't changed, so... as long as that works. Gap is also stable, I don't think he took fresh tires then. And the other one that I consider the threat must have like had a long pit stop. I hope there was not a bigger incident that I didn't notice at the start there when I had my argy-bargy, I think, with him. Because I think the Alpine that I fought at the start is not the same one that I'm fighting most of the race up until now. I think these are two Alpines. I mean, I know there's two other Alpine drivers that are roughly the same pace as me. Come on. Jesus, I'm lapping high 55s. I have no way of escaping that. I'm just stuck completely at that number. I have a big gap, 3 seconds, that's not big. Like, he's not running me down really as hard as he was earlier in the race, but like, this is not big. There's 20 minutes to go. And these guys have been constantly just nipping at my heels at every moment that they can get. Like, I haven't faltered, but like... what damn, it's like these guys really do not make it easy for me. Obviously my internet connection, it seems to not be wanting to make it easy on me either. It's average then. I mean, it's not tiny, the gap, but like... you know, they're in spin range, so... race leader's coming up to me again. Yeah, I think these guys just run more wing than me. I think that's one of the big advantages I have. I just run less wing. So their setup must not even be that great either.
Car on the right.
Oh god.
Clear on the right.
This is the issue with the Alpine. GT3s can literally just materialize next to you. I was like, sure, I could have looked into my right side mirror, but like, I maybe saw him when he pulled up, like a second or two before he actually was alongside, but like, you know, I'm paying attention to the road ahead of me. I didn't quite expect him to have caught up 2 seconds in the previous 2 corners. I'm gonna keep this up. Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I'm not doing good. I'm doing okay-ish enough. If there was a Pixley here, he would just drive circles immediately around me, even with me in the Alpine. I would not stand a thread of a chance against them. Oh, come on, please, just stop eating all the frames. You know, the people watching want to see some. I mean, sure, Greg is on a diet, but like, I don't think he... Like, you know, frames are relatively low on carbohydrates, so, you know... Sugar-free... All of the good stuff. I don't know, my internet connection is not willing to do this properly. But yeah, they also struggle a lot in traffic. They can't keep up the pace in traffic. They really struggle when they have to be passed. That's been noticeable for me. Considering 2 races in a row, they've been very close to me, so I've been able to observe them a bit. It just drops like a second or two of, like half a second to a to like 2 seconds of frames just get eaten all of the sudden, because my internet just cuts out for that time period and then comes back, which allows me to race still, but like it's very critical, because there are some situations where just like there's a GT3 right behind me and he might in the meantime just literally drive into me, and I don't know this. I can't really react to that much. I just have to hope the connection stays stable in those moments. But yeah, it's been an issue every Monday the last 3 weeks now. Like, the first round of this championship I had issues. I drove through them like this. Last week I did restart my router, which fixed it, so I didn't have to deal with this outside of qualifying. This week I was like, well, you know, it would lead to my brother also getting disconnected, which would be preferable if we don't need to do that. Because I definitely know he was doing something, so it's like, perhaps it's preferable to not get throw everybody in the network out, so like, let's not reboot the router, let's just keep it. After all, right now in GT3s are qualifying, I am having literally no drops whatsoever. It was completely stable. And then all of a sudden it kicked off again once the race started, so it's like, this is fun. It's very frustrating, it's just like, I have it on no other day of the week. I mean, I occasionally in the past have had trouble with connection, but who hasn't? Funnily enough, I had a similar issue when I did one of my first Deep Rock Galactic streams. But that was on a Wednesday, I actually checked that. Because this was... Considering this is the third week in a row I'm having issues on Monday. I was like, this is a bit too sus, let's check. And it's like, no, everything is... That was on a Wednesday. It's like, why are we having issues on like Monday evenings? But like none on Saturdays and Sundays. Or even Fridays. Or even Thursdays, because I was racing previously a series that was running Thursdays. So like a few weeks ago. And didn't have any issues with my connection there either. But like this series for some reason, I'm cursed with my connection problems. You don't like GT3s inside.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Yeah, it's a bit too big. So it's not well proportioned, I shall say. In any case. Yeah, the Alpine as a VR driver is just not viable, really.
Car on the right.
But unfortunately, Kunos doesn't seem to care about fixing the mirrors of this car and the ST. Because the ST has the same problem, the mirrors are pointing into Narnia. I mean, you might think that this is fine, but like, I can't see shit what is actually behind me, I can only see what's next to me. Which is useful, but like, it's only useful if you have a center mirror to see anything, and it's like... Well, there's a reason the Alpine doesn't have one, because... Oh, please, come on. Because there's a wall behind you. I mean, compared to the Bentley's visibility, which has a massive rear view mirror and a rear view camera, the Alpine is like, nah. I mean, they probably run in real life actually a rear view camera with this damn thing. Because, especially in multiclass, this thing is undrivable, I would say, without it. I mean, the crossbow is so small, you can actually get away with this. And the crossbow has correctly configured rear view mirrors. Because that also has only 2 mirrors, but like, the rear view mirrors are actually correctly configured. So you can see shit. So big, I agree. But yeah, it's we could actually fix, you know, if Kunos did give us the same mirror options that we can have in AC, we could fix this ourselves by moving the mirrors a bit inwards. We don't have these options in ACC. Literally, we don't. We have literally fuck all in terms of settings to manipulate the rearview mirror. We can manipulate our seat position, which is nice in settings. Till you play racing games really in VR, you won't appreciate how important it is adjusting the seat position, because it feels a bit weird when the steering wheel is just completely somewhere else there relative to your body. For the most part, Kunos has figured this out on most cars halfway decently, where, you know, the head of the driver is where your camera is placed. But they definitely have some cars where this isn't the case, and the seating arrangement on a lot of cars is very different. You have some cars where you sit further away from the steering wheel. There's cars like the NSX where you're really like close to the steering wheel. It's very different. So you have to wiggle with that as well. Get it to feel right. High rentless full seat adjustment for every car. Yeah, I mean, we do have that as well in ACC. We can adjust the seat, we just can't adjust the mirrors. Alpha Factor 2 you can adjust the seat and the mirrors, although the adjusting mirrors is a pain in the ass. Because you have to use like Control Alt and like you need to use Shift, Control and Alt in combination with the seat movement keys to move your mirrors. And like
Clear on the right.
I don't think they've fixed this in the meantime, but yeah, it's been like this, and they've just since then basically for years there's a thread on the forum basically just detailing all the key combinations to make this work. So you kind of don't want to go through this mess. But definitely Studio 397 is a studio that can't figure out where to place the camera correctly. Because you do have, for example, the Class 1 BMW M4, so, or M1, I don't know. Anyway, their DTM car, BMW DTM car. Yeah, that thing, the camera perspective, per default for that one is just like way further back than that. Like, the head is like in the headrest. You're basically nearly clipping through it, and it's like, why move the seat even further back? It makes no sense. Why would you move the camera extra far back in this situation? I mean, yes, most drivers are driving on flat screens. They can't tell a fucking difference if you're running more the seating position like 10 centimeters further forwards and backwards. Honestly, it's probably like more like 20 or something that's wrong on that car. Like, you have to crank a long time till you get into the right position. That's more like upwards of like 20 to like 50 centimeters wrong. It's like completely off. There's some mod cars also on Alpha Factor 2, but this is just also like completely wrong. ACs are also like hit or miss. It's like, why is it so hard to place the camera within the head of your driver model? You know, that shouldn't be too hard. But apparently it's like rocket science or something. You don't have virtual mirror in VR. No, you don't. Virtual mirror is not supported in VR, at least not in ACC. You can use it in Alpha Factor 2. Alpha Factor 2's virtual mirrors work perfectly fine in VR. Have always worked perfectly fine, but like the ACC doesn't support it. Can't use them, which just sucks. I don't know if ACs work. I don't know, but AC also has, like with custom Shaner patch,
Clear on the right.
the extension to allow you self-reflect, which means you can see your own car in your mirror, which is really damn cool, and it's a shame that ACC doesn't support this. But AC does. And like, it supports the simulating your head move, how the mirror reflects based on your head position. So when you turn your head or look away, the mirror position, the mirror image moves. It's really nice what standard AC can do in that sense. And you have fine adjustment, everything is great. Even if they're like wrong a bit, you can fix it. But like ACC, nah. You get what we ship you with, and go fuck yourself. I mean, again, they can't be bothered fixing this on the old ST, new ST, the Alpine. I think there's a few more cars that have the same issue, where they have only two mirrors, no center mirror or rear view camera. So you get stuck with the mirrors pointing too far outward. As I said, KTM Crossbow is one of the two mirror cars that actually has working side mirrors, which is funny. Because yeah, the Lamborghini Super Trofeos don't have a center monitor. You don't have a center mirror, and you don't have a rear view camera like the GT3 variant. GT3 variant has a center rear view camera and that fixes stuff. Everything has one as well, interesting. Yeah. I mean, there's also a reason to occasionally run that when you're driving VR, but like in AC, for example, as I said, like it's more immersive to run with mirror, even if you can see less, because self-mirroring, meaning you can your own rear wing or rear roll cage obstructs your perspective out of the back of the car, which is quite funny. Having to deal with that. Right, but yeah, the guy behind me has completely dropped off the last 15 minutes. He just hasn't been able to run the pace anymore.
Clear on the right. Faster behind you.
Yeah, these two are fighting for position, yeah. Oh god, no. Just go.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I don't know what a wrench board does, besides rip Alpha Factor 2's game engine off. Because I haven't played that. Because they are kind of obsessed in some cases in graphical details. Where something that ACC also does really well, when you look around the cockpit, just all the stuff that's laying around, it's really cool. And stuff that you can't really outside of VR appreciate. I don't even know if Wrenchboard right now supports VR. Probably, considering it's not too hard to implement with a lot of game engines. And I think they're using similar to ACC Unreal, so it's not too difficult in that sense. I'm gonna have a look at the replay afterwards, because I'm sussing that like something happened early in the race that I was involved with. So we should perhaps actually get a bit of a gap open up again, up to 10 seconds again, just in case we have a post-race penalty that's like 10 seconds long. But like, I don't know, I assume they'll probably give us more if we get found to have wrecked someone out. I don't know if they even do post-race penalties. The organization in this league is okay-ish. It's more like, nah, it's not really okay-ish. It's like they're getting there, sort of. Don't rush them too much. Rome wasn't built in one day. Sort of stuff. But yeah, you can hear the ABS working pretty hard into turn 1. Oh, and then it's probably the final lap for us as well, considering the leader's about 9 seconds behind us. So yeah, I think the leader's gonna lap us before the end of this lap. Otherwise, we would have like a really good cushion of a gap. It's a bit weird that it's happening now that I'm running away from him, with him having hounded me the entire race up until this point, being really on my tail. Right, leader's 4 seconds behind now. I don't think it's gonna be enough for me. might just be enough. 2 seconds. Where is he? I think I just saw a glimpse of him. Where is he? 0.8. Oh, it's gonna be a drag race. Just inched him. I hope he's not by inside right now. Right, extra lap. But yeah, that was close. If I hadn't put like one of my fastest laps in this race, well, not really, I was lapping 54 before. But this now gives me a decent cushion. With the extra lap here. But yeah, he probably just had his tires die on him completely and he couldn't adapt to that. Well, I was just like, yeah, I mean, I guess my tires are already dead for a while now, so, you know. I'm just walking around the circuit at that point. Just don't crash it on the last lap. Well, yeah, I nearly did it on the outer loop, so you know. And that is race win number 2 of this championship. Right. Well, that was a short post-race screen there. That probably means we don't have any tire values over here. Race. Ah, we do actually. Tire set 4 is here, the one that I raced on. And there goes a bunch of trains again. Yeah, light graining on the front right. Otherwise the car's really fine. They only wore down by like 0.5, which is like nothing for like an hour-long race. This car basically nibbled on its tires. It slightly grained the front right out, but like otherwise it just nibbled on them a bit. It didn't really eat them up. So let's see. He's very close to the other guy in front. Oh, I hit the rev limits there. That's why I had a bad getaway there. There's the Merc challenging us Alpines into turn 1, as expected. The chain went forward for his... Well, the race has wrapped up and I won again, so... Yeah, the car's pink. I mean, it's not as noticeable when you're on board. Yeah, you can't see it because you can't even see the bonnet. But yeah. This is the opening lap here where I lost the lead, and then I retook it around the outside into the chicane here. But I did have a moment into turn 1, I think, at the end of lap 2. Yeah, I completely coaxed up turn 1 there. And here's the problem. My connection being shit. I'm pretty sure he passed me around the outside up there. So, I don't know what is going on with Mondays and me having connection issues at this specific time. It's now happened 3 weeks in a row. There's some sort of pattern to this. Okay, bounce off and okay, come on, stop dropping frames. Let's rewatch this. Right. I guess I don't give him really enough room there. Yeah, and then I skip the chicane, rejoin, and then I run him over there. And that's impact into the wall for him, and that's probably what's ended his race. Yeah, that's not nice. And there's another connection drop there for a moment. Yeah, that's my connection being utter shit tonight. But yeah, he took some damage from this. I don't think it should be too much, but I guess he did repair the car from that one. Because he did spend a lengthy period of time in the pit lane. Yeah, and I'm still suffering connection problems. Oh wait, he had another accident. Wait a minute, he flipped his car? Oh god! Oh no! Do a barrel roll! God damn it, what the fuck? Yeah, he just got... Yeah, I don't know if this... Well, come on, connection. I don't know if this league really does protests at all. But, he has a bit more issues than me. Like, my incident is just like, yeah, this is not nice. But, you know, my rejoin was down to, some racing incident on the previous corner, and then him just getting very unfortunate in a hip check. And then here it goes. So yeah, I mean, I got an extra lap on everyone, but if they really go recalculate it, they're like, oh yeah, give them like a 20 or 30 second penalty. Then I'm gonna lose the win, but I'm still gonna finish second most likely. Well, do I have the full results? Yeah, I think there's Marson. Yeah, Marson finished a whopping 60 seconds behind. No, actually, that's from the race leader. Race leader, Red Farron, finished 10.6 seconds behind. I just crossed the line just about to get an extra lap, so I was about 10 seconds in front of Red Farron, the big rain racing car. And then the AMG's another like 48 seconds behind. But yeah. Yeah, he has bigger issues with this unsafe rejoin here. But I don't remember seeing a car flip in ACC before. I've seen a lot of shit, but like usually this game like clips cars together and like throws them. They go spinning into all directions. But like to see a car roll over, I think I haven't actually seen that before. Also, probably not a good idea to watch that in VR, but like, you know, it doesn't matter for me too much. I can stomach that, but like let's watch the onboard, honestly. Give me a sec. Oh, come on. Come on. Stupid frame drops. I flipped the car at bar first, okay. Whoa! Like, the biggest problem is I think the game tries to lock to horizon and keep, you know, me roughly pointing the right way, which leads to stuff like this. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. And it should just roll me over. But, like, the game is like, no, we need to keep the camera stable. We need to stabilize the car, and the game is just, we know we need to keep the camera stable because otherwise the person gets motion sickness, and it's like, holy shit, this is the most motion sickness inducing thing I've ever seen. Like the anti-motion sickness measure causes the most motion sickness ever possible. Oh no, one of my earphones battery died. You're using wireless earphones? Yeah. Just use a 3.5mm jack. They don't deplete it. I mean, your phone battery did about 6%, not your phone, actually. Because, you know, 6... I guess that was... the previous one wasn't me. Sorry, that was not too good. No, we don't want to link our stupid the phone. God damn it, you stupid Windows. We don't care about you. Also, where's my model gone? Where's my model gone? Did my model disappear early on the stream, or was it just now when we switched out of ACC, my model just went phoop and it's gone now? Well then, I guess let me briefly calibrate and bring my model back. The funny bugs that we have to deal with. Because occasionally when you're loading into ACC and, or just also AC in VR, it goes like, well, let's teleport you below the freaking floor for some reason. The position there just gets funky. Alright, let's do a brief calibrate before we briefly load the other setting file. PS5 to anyway loaded because I had loaded into my alternate setting file because of the issues I was having, which repositions the camera a bit lower down to allow for this stuff to work. Right, let me impose myself on you guys. Hehehe. Right. But the calibration is just shit. Because that's a fun part of virtual motion capture at times. It's like, yeah, this is me having my hands below my head. This is me having resting my chin on my hands. It's that badly calibrated. It's like, this is me resting my hands on top of my head. On top of the head. Come on, you can do a bit better than that, stupid software. I mean, I'm sitting down, which is kind of causing the issue a bit. But still, come on. Seated instead of standing where it's supposed to, right? It's still bad, but like it's at least like halfway better. Oh yeah, we're gonna deal with the fires at some point. But we will have an 11th stream, that's for sure, because we have another stream tonight. In how many hours is that? It's in 3.5 hours. We will be back for, at that point, in 3.5 hours it will be Mazari special event at Kyalami with Dracolicious. But I do have light blue ones, but actually I think those are not out of commission. They're still in use by me. They haven't gotten holes, but the black and white striped ones and the pink and white striped ones are out of commission because they've got holes, so they had to be discontinued in use. I mean, I did try to extend their use to some extent by wearing literally socks underneath the thigh highs, so just like small sneaker socks, and then wearing larger socks over it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna dominate that race either. Like, that would be particularly real because there's a certain driver called Nikolai Polyakov. And if that name doesn't immediately intimidate you, then the SimGrid rating will. Because I'm sitting at a 3,382, Brad. A rookie is at 2,000. And most people are around, like, 1,800 to 2,500. You're intermediate ranked, I think, at 2,500 to, like, 3,500. Then it's semi-pro, so I'm just underneath semi-pro, but honestly, I get regularly beaten up by people who are, like, in the middle of intermediate. But Polyakov is at 5.2 thousand. 5.2k, 5,292, alien. He literally has the alien rank. He's not just proverbially an alien, he actually is an alien. SimGrid approved alien. Alright. But yeah, in terms of colors and thigh highs, I think I still have the striped ones. I have black and purple ones that I don't use much because they don't come out as well on the camera. But I do have them. I don't wear them too much. I could definitely use them. I have, obviously, the yellow and black striped ones. And these here. These are the newest two pair. These two, I have the blue ones, I think, still in commission. And honestly, I think in terms of the ones that I use for racing, I think that's all of my striped ones. I have a few, obviously, plain ones. But, like, I don't think I have striped ones. The iris. Yeah. The funny thing is, I bought those in a set with some, like, hand glove, with, like, fingerless gloves, effectively, that, like, go down to your arm. So, like, you have a glove hole for, like, your thumb, but, like, you don't have... It goes, like, up to, like, top of your fingers here. And then has a thumb hole, and then just goes down all the way your arm. I have those came with those fires. So, yeah. And I did actually last night order some stuff, and one of those things is the earphones are dead. Okay. Well, I think you don't need to understand what I'm gonna tell you now, but I'm just gonna say good night. See you in 3.5 hours. Are you wearing any gloves? I am wearing these gloves. Some bicycle gloves. Those are my gloves. Right. Okay then. Good night. Bye bye. And see you guys maybe in 3 hours if you're still alive at that point. I don't know how I will cope tomorrow morning.